Right, so we've got Renault
Cornholio.
We've got this Renault Cornholio in. So, customer said that the engine fans are on all the time, making the battery go flat. RAC disconnected them, said you need new fans. He's gone and had new fans, still doing the same. So when he's brought it in, he said that they've disconnected the fan what's staying on all the time, but the other fan does come on and off, which when it was running it did, didn't it? You heard it come on, go off, but only on high speed. Didn't hear the slow speed fan working, and high speed one come on, and it was on all the time. No, high speed fan come on and went back off. So I've just looked at it. They've disconnected this fan. This fan's connected, look.
Oh, yeah,
but that fan's disconnected, but high and low speed are disconnected on that. If we connect either one up, the high speed connection or the low speed connection, the fan's on all the time. So that means getting live down both of them connections. But on the diagram, it says that they're shared. So if this one's on, that one should be on. So how does that work? We'll just show you this.
Well.
So it's got two earths into each motor, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you're going to have one relay. So that's, yeah, blower motor 1, so low speed. That will go in on that pin, which joins there and there. And the high speed one goes there and there. So if that was stuck on all the time, the other one would be on.
Yeah.
The other fan is working, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we had it work. This one's disconnected, this one's connected. But this one's going on and off, this one's on whichever plug we connect up. So what's going on there?
So what are the chances that the new fan...
But it hasn't got, the new fan's been taken back out. It's all
okay.
original now.
All right. So,
But it must have power coming down both of these wires for us to connect that plug, turns on, ignition off, and connect that one on. So before we've even done the test, it's got to be. But why isn't it coming on there? So I'm thinking, if one of these relays was stuck on, that's fine. This one, slow speed, motor might be burnt out. So that's why it's not working. So a permanent live coming down here, I can understand that one. Why that one's not working, this one's on permanent. Because it might have burnt that one out when it was on permanent, yeah?
yeah.
But how come one of them is switched? This one isn't on at all, but if you connect either one of them, it's okay.
Well, unless there is an issue with this one and then it's back feeding all the way through.
Yeah, you can't.
Well, no, yeah, you're right, it couldn't.
It's either got power or it hasn't. If it's got power coming down them, it should be coming down them.
Well, yeah, and if it was back feeding, it would be on as well.
Hold on, what's different here?
There's another dude right here.
Different setup, look. That might be the case.
What, you think it might be this bit of the
So
diagram?
if it's this type,
Then it run on
one relay could be stuck on, and it doesn't matter. So why would they do that for high and low speed? Why do they have two powers like that going in?
The relay controls both the powers. There's a... Ooh, I don't know.
Unless it is, so if it's this style one, that's not high and low. That's fan 1, fan 2. So it has one fan on, which will be normal speed, and that one's a faster one. So that would make sense if it's that set up. Yeah?
Yeah.
Because that relay could be stuck on.
Do you know how we find out if it's that one? Just go pull the relays.
Well, that's what I want to do, is work out what we're doing before we even go and pull it all out. Because the only way this one would work is if it had shorted somewhere between here and had wiring issue or whatever. This style, I can't understand why they've done that. Low speed relay goes to the low speed fan, high speed relay, but why would they use two plugs for the same motor?
But yeah, and it comes both run through the same relay, so it's not like...
It's just got two separate powers. I mean, it does half the load on each pin, but I've never seen one like that. That's weird. So, well...
It has to be that one then.
It's got to be that one.
Yeah.
It's got to be, isn't it? So, well, that's got rid of that confusion, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
So,
well, I don't see why they do that on the diagram though. They don't.
No.
They've got the VIN number. They should know which one it is, surely.
They haven't, no. This is just auto data.
that's all.
So, Yeah, weird. So we're probably looking at a relay fault. So it's just, well, we've definitely got lives on them. So we know we've got lives on them, haven't got lives on them. So let's get to that bit.
But is it not running a switch log?
No. So if you go to there, look. Is that top 130, is it? Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
So full power comes in, goes through these two fuses, fuse 12 and fuse 9, straight into the relay and out.
Oh, okay.
They could be being activated, but I'd be surprised. Because the problem is, if that was being activated, if that relay was stuck on, being activated on, the battery would probably still go flat. If it's just stuck on, and when you've disconnected the motor, there's no voltage going through the coil or anything, the battery wouldn't go flat. So, all right,
what weird one.
let's have a look. So, there we go. That's why you've got to be careful on how you read diagrams and stuff. So if you read the wrong one, or you've got the wrong information, it can throw you right out. So, if we're on the right one, which we should be, I mean, we've got to be really, hopefully, we'll just be able to get down to this fan, get the underbonnet fuse box out, and work out what's going on. So, let's get that stripped out, and we will show you. Right, so we've got to the underbonnet fuse box. These are the two plugs coming down to this side fan. As you can see, we've got live and earth to them constantly. So it says that it's either this blue relay, show you that. So it's saying it's either this blue relay or this centre black relay. Well, so this is a bit of a weird one. We've disconnected here, got all the relays out of the relay box, and we've still got voltage going to our fans. So it looks like we're going to have to, I don't know, what are we going to have to do? Can't be corrosion. It's got to be, it's picking up voltage from somewhere, but it's a good voltage.
Solid 12?
Yeah, it's powering a fan, so it's a proper solid 12 volt. So we're going to strip this fuse box down a bit, see exactly where them wires go to. It looks like it goes to this fuse box, this relay. But yeah, looks a pain to get that apart, but what can we do? We've got to get it out, so let's get it stripped. I'll show you what we find. So, we're getting a bit confused with this Kalos. Why it was getting permanent live when it's all disconnected. So we just double checked on all data, which is a bit more, it's hard to work out, but it is main dealer stuff. So if this is the right one for the right vehicle, which there was multiple ones, it actually says that this fan has its permanent live to it all the time, and then the relays switch the earth over, which is fine. So it looks like one fan has permanent earth and switch lives, the other one has permanent live and switched earths. So yeah, this one, what's on all the time, has permanent live, 2 switched earths. This one has permanent earth and switched lives. So how does that work? It could be back feeding off the other fan. It could have permanent live and it's going through one fan out the other one. So we couldn't have a short to give voltage to the fan, or it's very rare they'd have to short across 2 wires, one live and the switch to that fan. That's what threw me. We could have a chafe, which is earthed this motor out, but it's unlikely. That's a more likely one, is it's got a short on this earth, just giving it earth. But it's a possibility it's the other fan, which is earthing out and turning. It could come, where could it come from? We've got earth into this motor. It goes through, up, joins that. No, it couldn't. So there's more of a chance that we've got a short on the earth side, just chafed out across the chassis, something like that, and that's what's turning that motor on. So let's go and disconnect. Let's go and try and work out where that's coming from. Might have to do a bit of stripping down, check the wiring out, and go from there. But it's getting a bit confusing. Let's go and have a look. This has become a bit of a pain, but what can we do? So we looked at the wiring to start with. It said both relays are in the underbonnet fuse box. We stripped all them out, it wasn't there. Looked on a slightly different diagram. It said it had a main live directly to this and it was a switched earth. We had a look around for that. Didn't seem to work like that. So the only thing we could do, we thought, let me just show you. So what we thought was going on was these plugs, which come down and meant to go to this fuse box, down here. Oh, you can see all this loom down here. That's all laid across a sort of, I don't know what you call it, a bit of corroded chassis rail. So I assumed it would rub through or something. A bit weird, couldn't work it out. So the only thing we could do was actually open the loom up, see which ways the wire went. So these two purples, actually for that fan, we'll work that out. They come down into the relay, which it says it was. Double check them. So I was thinking, well, have they split it? They splice it? It's gone backwards and forwards or something? Or does it go that way? And then there is another relay box. So we open the loom up again. And as you can see, there's a purple one in there, which is right. Gone back, gone to this fuse box, stripped this fuse box apart. And in here, there we go. We have got power coming out of that relay, which goes directly to that fan. So, as I said to Barney earlier, I'm just about to go and show him, this has got power to it, got main live in and a live out, but it's not being controlled. That relay is not being controlled. If it was being controlled on all the time, the relay would be warm, the battery would be going flat. It's only when you load that wire up with the fan that's when the battery goes flat. So he would have been showing different symptoms. So the way I've tested it, I know that relay is actually stuck together internally. I'm going to quickly show Barney so he understands how it works. Yeah, dopey. Yeah. So this relay, you obviously got a switch live. Say that was permanent earth, it would put a live to here to make them two join together, yeah? Yeah. But that's already joined together, yeah? Yeah. So unless that's a relay, a type of relay what's powered off, so if you put power to it, it turns itself off, but it wouldn't be because when you turn the ignition off, it wants to be live, so we know that. We know they're both showing up as earth, so it's got no power going down to it. So it's got earth on that, that'll be your control wire. Full earth on that side's beeping earth, that side's not. So that there shouldn't be done. So all what can have happened is that it's shorted out inside. Yeah. Now, if I give it a bit of a luck or to dunk, it might come off. And it has. So that is all it was.
So if I do it again?
No, because what happens is, you know, when you make a connection or something, you get a little spark. Yeah. That's what happens in a relay on the contacts. Oh, okay. Sometimes it's sparked, and it is literally sparked together and stuck together. That's what's caused the issue.
So would you replace that or should you just call it a day?
You've got to replace it. I will take it apart. I'll show you the contacts on it. Yeah. Because that'll show you what I mean. But yeah, simple as that. One little tap. So I'm going to quickly pull this relay apart and show Barney what was going on. So, I was right. Of course I'm right. Because I'm the best person on the channel, not you.
You get some upset.
In there. That's the contacts. So that's your coil wires. So they're them terminals there, your coil. That makes that a magnet, yeah? Yeah. Pulls that in. Then it makes contact between that and that part there. That's burnt around also, you can see. So that went in there, yeah? Yeah. You can see where it's been arcing in there. Yeah. So that little bit in there is the arc off of that. So all that would have done at one point would have arced and just welded itself together until it just tapped it and it came apart. Yeah, and there was nothing to stop it coming apart. There's no electromagnetic thing to open it back up. Yeah. So that's the difference. Piezo injectors, I think they're called piezo, don't know. diesel injectors. So a solenoid like that, put voltage to it, it closes, and then you take voltage off and it opens back up. Yeah. They do one where you put voltage to it, it closes, and then you have to put voltage to it again or reverse it to open it. Diesel injectors, some of them, they just have a pulse going to them to open it and it springs back up. The other sort has a pulse and then I think it earths it to close it back up, so I'll reverse it or whatever.
Reverse pulse.
If you take the line off, you've got 50-50, if you take the wire off, you've got 50-50 chance of it being open and just staying open and just let all the fuel go straight into the thing and just literally locks your engine up. So yeah, when people used to have, you know, diesel running faults, they'd take one wire off and go, is it that one, is it that one, like you used to do with injectors on petrols and things like that. Yeah. And they could do that in the engine and just run away with itself.
Really?
Yeah, really, really dangerous.
Really
so, yeah, so there we go. I was right. Let me zoom in on this, get you a better picture. Right, so we're going to quickly throw a relay in that. I've got to tidy up all the wiring loom, put all the fuse boxes and everything back together, and then all we've got to do is give it a quick test, make sure both fans come on, go off, etc. But that relay's either old where it's sparked on and off, and it's a low-speed fan. So the low-speed fan's going to come on first. So it's going to do more, going to get more use. So yeah, we'll put that through. We'll check the amp draw on it, and then yeah, we'll get back together. Right, so it's all back together. What I'm going to do quickly before we send it out, obviously there's two ways of doing it. You can either run it up to temperature, see if the fan comes on, but it's quite hard to get the high speed fan on if the slow speed fan makes it cool down enough. So it has to go over a certain threshold to get the high speed fan to come in. So luckily we can go into this, you go into the underbonnet fuse box. We've gone in with the Think Car 399 gubbins. So let's show you this. So just going to go into actuation test. Flick one of the fans on. Slow speed fan to start with, although it calls it medium speed if it had 3. There we go. Slow speed fan. That was the one that was stuck on all the time. Let's just double check that the high speed fan works. And there we go. So when it's high speed fan, it turns the pair of them on. So there we go. All good. And there we go. Another one done. So yeah, no scan tool was going to tell you that relay is stuck together at all. You know, that just had a main live in, main live out. Nothing could have told you that apart from experience. Obviously we did note it down when we first spoke about it, when me and Barney first looked at the diagram. If we knew it was definitely that one, we knew it could only really be one thing. So it could have been a short circuit, but the chances are it was that. So we got it right. Took a bit of time to find it, but there we go. Hope you like what you saw. Like and subscribe, do all the gubbins, and we'll see you on the next one. Ta-da. For fuck's sake.
Colvus.
What the fuck? Where is... Hope you like that one.